got Bill Allen here from RAD. So how did you come to the role in RAD?
I think it was always my childhood dream to be the kid on the bike, even though I wasn't allowed to have my own bicycle growing up. So for me, it was the fruition of a vision I had. And then I became an actor in my late teens and ended up in Hollywood working and auditioning. And somehow, through divine grace or providence, I ended up being the guy on the bike. So I was that lucky.
I was gonna say, in the documentary that's being shown after RAD on March 20th, you mentioned that you didn't have a bike growing up until the movie. So how has it been? What's your relationship now with biking, BMX biking, after the movie has come out?
Yeah, it's been a big part of my life over the past couple of decades. I started taking the sport pretty seriously and actually trained for a while with one of the stunt performers in RAD, Martin Aparicio, is a dear friend of mine. And I became part of the culture. They let me in through the side door, and most of the people in the sport love the movie and love that I still am part of the whole legacy.
For the people who are in the sport, people who are fans of RAD, you have like a message you want to say to them, something you would, if you could talk to all of them, what you would say?
Yeah, I look at bike riding kind of like I look at yoga. You're good at whatever level you start at. You're a part of it, and it doesn't matter where you are on the ladder. It's just if you're on two wheels, now you're part of the culture. And we know through brain studies that riding a bike gives one joy. Now, you didn't have to, commit a lot of brain studies to this. Just get on a bike and you'll find out yourself. So it's been, for me personally, life changing. And I know a lot of folks who could say the same thing.
With the documentary, you guys talked a lot about the stunts, the bike stunts in the doc from the film. But it's mentioned that some falls from the stunt guys were done on accident, but were kept in the film, which is hilarious. And they go into specifics about which stunts and everything. It's been a it's been a big conversation just in the zeitgeist stunting and this a stunt category at the Oscars, especially with the Fall Guy, that film that came out I think last year.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a take on adding a stunt person category to the Oscars or just recognizing them more now?
Oh man, they're such a big part of the industry, and yeah, boy, do they deserve everything that we can give them. I got to watch the best riders of the day do their thing at the very highest level, so it was exciting to me because we had Hell Track, we had Jose Yanez who did the first backflip on a bicycle, so it was just amazing on that level to see the coming together of all these talents, different disciplines like skate park and vert and I mean street they call it now. So there was a lot of different personalities and disciplines coming together that put that movie on the map, and I think that's part of why it's still so appreciated. The legacy of these guys, I mean, they really give their all. They actually give their all, and they sign on the dotted line to do that to make it more entertaining for us. So yeah, my full respect goes to these stunt players.
And
Yeah,
you really see that dedication in the documentary, in the film. You see that from the stunt guys in RAD.
that's right. And the stunt guys in RAD were mostly kids because they were bicycle professionals at the top of their game, and those were mostly guys in their late teens, mostly. And that was what was different about RAD is it wasn't your everyday stunt performer who has a myriad of different things they do. They were bicycle guys. And so Hal Needham, who directed the movie and was a very famous stuntman in his own right, kind of had to let these kids essentially call the shots and let him know what they were capable of. And then he would capture it. And sometimes he would capture these epic fails, as they call them now, and make that part of the storyline.
So then, what was it like working with Talia Shire and Lori Loughlin?
I mean, two different experiences. A young Lori Loughlin who could not fall in love with that. Nobody. I mean, breathtaking and delightful. And Talia Shire, being a movie fan myself, She was a star of 3 Best Picture winners by that time, Rocky and then the 2 Godfathers movies. So I was a little intimidated. Her husband actually produced the movie, so I was watching my P's and Q's during that shoot. I was well aware of the import of her and her talent and abilities. Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
What's your favorite movie theater experience?
Boy, currently I go to Vidiot's over here in Eagle Rock, and that's run by the Duplass brothers who are locals here. And so I'm a big fan of revival houses. That was my education growing up. Really, yeah. It was spending a lot of nights in revival houses and just discovering actors and filmmakers and producers that don't normally make the headlines.